How's it going, YouTube? We're back with some spoilers from Commander Masters, and this is the Sliver deck. So I'm going to go through a couple of the cards, most of the rares, maybe some uncommons, and we'll see how powerful this thing really is. We have first Titan of Littlejohn. As Titan of Littlejohn enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Titan of Littlejohn is the chosen type in addition to its other types. Whenever Titan of Littlejohn enters the battlefield or attacks, you may draw a card for each other creature you control that shares a creature type with it. If you do, discard a card. Very cool, very cool. Not just for Sliver decks, but for a lot of decks that require like elves, goblins, one type of creature. Taunting Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have, when this creature enters the battlefield, goad target creature and opponent controls. So what is goad? Goad is until your next turn, that creature attacks each combat if able, and attacks a player other than you if able. Very cool. Reminds me of Taunting Elf, a card that came back way in the day that I grew up loving actually. Regal Sliver. Sounds very royal. Sliver creatures you control have, when this creature enters the battlefield, slivers you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. If you're the monarch. So what happens if you're not? Otherwise, you become the monarch. Very, very cool. So it gets you the royalty. You could become like way stronger with monarch in some cases. So this is really nice. I do like this card quite a bit. Then we have Lazotep Sliver. Creature zombie sliver. So it's it's a little bit different than the other ones. It's a zombie sliver. Sliver creatures you control have Afflict 2. Whenever a creature with Afflict 2 becomes blocked, defending player loses 2 life. Very, very good. Whenever a non-token sliver you control dies, amass slivers 2. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on an army you control. It's also a sliver. If you don't control an army, create a 0/0 black sliver army creature token. Very cool card. Very strong in black decks. Yeah, this is very nice. What is this? Big green fan. So Hatchery Sliver. Cost 2, one colorless and one green, and that's the same replicate cost, which is pretty cool. So replicate. When you cast this spell, copy it for each time you paid its replicate cost. Okay, I mean, so you're just doubling it up and duplicating it. Each sliver spell you cast has replicate. The replicate cost is equal to its mana cost. This thing is just insane. This deck is looking very, very powerful. Oh, and don't forget, you guys, if you like our work here and enjoy it, please like and subscribe. We are giving away 1 to 4 Double Master 2022 collector packs to 4 lucky subs. So don't forget that. Then we have For the Ancestors. Choose a creature type. It's an instant. Choose a creature type. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of those cards of the chosen type from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order library. It also has flashback, which is cool, so you can play it again. So you can use this twice for 7 mana, which is pretty sweet. Descendant Fury, I'm not exactly sure. A lot of crazy words. Enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice one of them. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card that shares a creature type with the sacrificed creature. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Very cool card. Good for not just slivers, good for any decks that use one type of creature. Goblins, slivers. What else do we have? Merfolk. This could be very cool. But it's red, so Merfolk might not be the best bet. Capricious Sliver. Not sure if that's right, but we'll go with it. Sliver creatures you control have, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play this card this turn. That's pretty sweet. Reminds me of a lot of other red cards, but it's a sliver, so there you go. We have the Biologist, not saying the whole name. It is a 5-color drop. As the Biologist enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Slivers you control and non-token creatures you control are chosen type in addition to their other creature types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own and that are not on the battlefield. Whoa, that's pretty freaking cool. So your whole deck, everything is just becomes a sliver. Sweet. Wrath of God. Good old classic board wipe. Destroy all creatures. They can't be regenerated. Love it. Always enjoy this card. Let's switch it up now. We're here with Goldfish MTG, and let's check out more of the spoilers. We have Sliver Hive Lord. Legendary creature Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have indestructible. That is just a beefy boy. That thing is just very powerful. Very cool. Bone Scythe Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have double strike. Alright, so if you're a white deck, well, it doesn't even matter. All these slivers are going to all be this in one deck. So it's like they shouldn't even have colors pretty much. It's crazy. You got Cleansing Nova. It is a sorcery card, and it is, what does it do? Choose one. Destroy all creatures or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Very good board wipe. I really enjoy that type of card. Harsh Mercy. Each player chooses a creature type. Destroy all creatures that aren't of the type chosen this way. They can't be regenerated. It's like a Wrath of God, but a little bit more picky, which is still really good. We have Gale Rider Sliver. It's a 1-drop, which is always good. Sliver creatures you control have flying. Okay, that's pretty sweet. But I want you to remember this because I have another card coming up that I think it's just 1 extra mana, but it's so much better, honestly. So we'll wait for it. We have Synapse Sliver. Whenever a Sliver deals combat damage to a player, its controller may draw a card. Very, very nice. Drawing cards always good. Taunting Sliver we went over. We went over Titan of Liljara, and we have Crippling Fear. Crippling Fear is an older card. I think not too old, but it has been printed a couple times. And it's a nice board wipe for black. Choose a creature type. Creatures that aren't of the chosen type get -3/-3. So this can do a lot. This can even take out Indestructible. This is cool. Symphone Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have lifelink. That's just powerful, of course. We went through these ones, and now we'll get to Spiteful Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have, whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker or creature. If you get this indestructible, it's amazing. Huh. Brood Sliver. Whenever a Sliver deals combat damage to a player, its controller may create a 1/1 colorless Sliver creature token. Very cool. Good for, like beefing up your board for green, which is always nice. We got Megatic, I don't know Sliver. It's hard to say it. Sliver creatures you control get +3/+3. That's very, very good too. All these Sliver cards just so synergetic, so cool. We have Realm Walker. It's a changeling. As Realm Walker enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. You may look at the top of your card for your library at any time. You may cast creature spells of the chosen type from the library at any time. Very, very cool. Good for, other decks that aren't just Sliver. So goblins, merfolk, anything that is that type of deck. Icon of Ancestry, an artifact. As Icon of Ancestry enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Pay 3, tap it. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from the chosen type from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Just a solid artifact that helps boost your creatures and gets your draw on hand. Vanquisher's Banner. Artifact. As Vanquisher's Banner enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of that type get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a creature spell of the chosen type, draw a card. Very, very cool. Cloud Shredder. Remember Gale Rider Sliver? This is Cloud Shredder. So this has flying and haste. So it's better. It's just better in all ways. We have Decimate. We have a sorcery spell. It's green and red, and destroy target artifact, target creature, target enchantment, and target land. That just sounds spicy, and I like it. We have Canopy, and we have the rare land cycle, Canopy Vista, Cinder Glade, Irrigated Farmland, Prairie Streams, Scatter Groves, and Shelter Thicket. And you guys all kind of know what they do. Well, I'll give you the lowdown in the beginning, but you have to have 2 plain lands of the cut type, and then it comes in untapped. Otherwise, it comes in tapped. So that's pretty much that's how that goes. We got Constricting Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have this creature enters the battlefield. You may exile target creature an opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. Okay, not bad. Uncommon. So I'll go through the uncommons and then I'll cut it off at the commons because we only want the beefy stuff. Diffusion Sliver. It's a blue. Whenever a Sliver creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays to. I like those cards that prevent me from doing things, huh? Yep, perfect. Shifting Sliver. I feel like this is an old card. Slivers can't be blocked except by slivers. Yep, that's an OG right there. Windfall. Each player discards their hand and then draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way. Okay, very cool. Blade Sliver. All Sliver creatures get +1/+0. Okay, not too crazy, but still good. Hollowhead Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have tap this, discard a card, draw a card. Very cool. Mana Weft Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have add 1 mana of any color. See, that card for an uncommon I feel like could be pretty good. Might Sliver. Sliver creatures get +2/+2. Alright, uncommon. Those used to be rares, I feel like, back in the day. 3 visits. Search your library for a forest card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Venom Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have Death Touch. What else? Herald's Horn. As Herald's Horn enters the battlefield, choose creature type. Creature spells you cast of the chosen type get 1 less, cost 1 less. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Very, very cool. Pillar of Origins. Artifact. As Pillar of Origins enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana to only cast creature spells of the chosen type. Okay, cool. So it's got some drawbacks. Crystalline Sliver. All slivers have Shroud. That's pretty awesome. Firewake Sliver. All slivers creatures have haste. All slivers have pay 1, sacrifice is permanent. Target sliver creature gets +2/+2. That's cool. You can sacrifice and you can boost your other slivers. Very, very cool. We have Harmonic Sliver. All slivers, when this permanent enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Love that. Hibernation Sliver. All slivers have pay 2 life. Return this permanent to its owner's hand. Okay, very cool. Lava Belly Sliver. Sliver creatures you control have. When this creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. You gain 1 life. That's cool. I like that. Necrotic Sliver. All slivers have pay 3, sacrifice this permanent, destroy target permanent. That is going to be good. Love these cards, man. Floodplain, another land. I don't want to go through all the lands, but honestly, guys, this sliver deck is looking pretty cool. Very, very cool. I love some of the artwork. This Clot Sliver looks crazy. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to get this deck and get the other decks? Yeah, keep commenting and letting us know. We really would appreciate it. So, have a good one. Like and subscribe.